our intention is to really pay attention to what we have in our lives that we appreciate and we feel grateful for, what and who. So get your body organized so that you're comfortable. And notice what that feels like. One of the things we could work with gratitude is our body. And one of the elements of working with our body with gratitude is that there's rarely a perfection. So it's good practice to be grateful for things that aren't perfect. So for some of us, it might be a health issue. Maybe there's something that's worrying about the physical health right now. It could be an appearance issue. It could be something that's unusual about our body, something that we're judged for or shamed for. So there's a lot of juicy stuff here generally when we tune into what there is to be grateful for or to really appreciate about our body. So we'll start with the hard stuff. And one of the reasons for that is because we usually start with the body when we do a practice. We tune in, we notice what's going on. So one thing we might be grateful for is that we're taking this opportunity to soften and relax. And that it feels a certain way in the body. It usually feels good in the body when we settle back and soften and let the floor or the bed support our body. And we might notice that we have conducive conditions. There's an appropriate temperature. We're in a safe place. We're not out in the elements. There's a lot of people who don't have that, who don't have a safe place, who don't have an internet connection where they can tune in and do this practice with us. And of course, there are a lot of other ways that we can do these practices. They don't have to be coming here. Many people haven't had the opportunity or haven't had the inspiration to do this practice today, haven't had the infrastructure even. So as we start the practice, we could really notice what it feels like in our body to be appreciative of our surroundings, the shelter in the room that we're in. And as you breathe, notice if you could let your breath be full. When we're safe, our breath tends to be calmer, more even. When we've had a lot of experiences of fear in our life, we tend to develop jerkiness in our breath or we hold our breath. And that is a continuous signal to our nervous system that we're not safe. And it's like a cycle. So we're able now, as we start a practice, to notice if there's a present moment thread. And if there isn't, then it would be wonderful to let the breath be deeper. To really inhale enough air and exhale and relax our body. And notice what that feels like. This appreciation for the air that we can breathe and for this incredible balancing practice of breathing in and breathing out. And our bodies are amazing how they take that oxygen out of the air and turn it into nutrients for our body, our cells. We carry away the old stuff we don't need anymore and exhale it out. Let's take a couple of minutes just to notice the breathing in the body. You could focus on that sensation of the air in your nose or in the movement of your body and your belly. Notice the softness. The belly gets quite soft as we breathe out. And there's kind of an ease in the breath. And notice that. See what appreciation is there for that softening, for the relaxation in the body. And then bring your attention back to your whole entire body. Notice what your body feels like now. And then to your face. Notice your forehead and eyebrows, your eyes, your eyesight, and whether you have perfect eyesight or some imperfections in your eyesight. There could be physical things going on with our eyes. There's also our ability to see clearly, more of a psychological sight. Let's take a moment here. Notice the faculty of sight and clear seeing. And what appreciation there might be here for that. And all of the wonderful, beautiful images we've seen in nature, people's faces. What are some of the wonderful, amazing, beautiful things that you've seen? Let them kind of roll through your mind a little bit. Appreciating our sense of sight, as imperfect as it is. And then bring your attention down into your mouth and jaw, your throat. We have the faculty of speech, and our hearing is right next to the hinges of the jaw. The beautiful sounds. What have you heard that comes to mind? Beautiful music, the sound of waves on a beach, or the sound of a child laughing. Take a moment to remember, bring forward some of the sounds. It might be the sound of yourself singing or someone else. And whether we have really good hearing or there are challenges in our hearing, notice what appreciation could be there anyway. This appreciation for life in a human body with all of the challenges and all of the richness. What does that feel like as you tune in to the sounds of life, the sounds you've heard? And also in the mouth, we taste. And for people who are having a special meal today, there might be favorite tastes that will be in the food that's in the table, or there might be memories of favorite tastes. We have the smell and the aroma of food as well as part of the sensory experience, and we have the texture, the touch of it, on our tongue, in our mouth. Some is cool, some's warm, some is sharp, some is sweet, savory. And at special meals, we tend to take more time. We're really more present. We appreciate the experience of food and eating more. Let yourself really feel that. Bring it to life in your mind with visual or sounds, textures, tastes. And if your mind goes to more disturbing elements or things that you're not really grateful for or anything like that, that's natural. There's lots of associations around our experiences in life. And right now, we're just really focusing on one more than the other. We don't need to make anything go away. We're just noticing what we're appreciating, what we're grateful for. And then bring your attention back out to your whole entire body, the breath that's moving your body, the experience of muscles that might be softening and settling into the support that's here. Bring your attention to your neck and shoulders, your upper back, especially if you have a lot of tightness or shielding through your upper back and neck and shoulders. Maybe we could take a moment to thank that part of our body for trying to protect us. All of the different tightness and contracted energy in the body that's here to warn us or tell us something. It's part of being alive. This experience we have of sensation, feelings, energy in our body. So whether it's the back of the neck and shoulders, or feelings in your chest or stomach or your head, your whole body. Notice your relationship to that and if there's any appreciation available for that communication system, those parts of us that tighten up to get our attention or protect us. And we might thank them for their service. As misguided and inefficient as it is, sometimes when the primitive brain is alarming us and we're feeling kind of hijacked by that, the intention is very good. The intention is to help. And we could notice that. Notice your breath and notice how the body can be more relaxed as we breathe out. This built in system of letting go that happens on the exhale. And as much as we appreciate the in breath, the new influx of oxygen into the cells of our body, we could also appreciate the out breath, the letting go, the emptying out of the waste products in our air on a very practical level, the emotional letting go. Bring your attention to your hands, your arms and hands, to your legs and feet. This is the instruments of action in the world. This is how we do service. It's our hands that touch a loved one, our arms that hug people. We live in this world in our bodies, and our arms and legs are agents of what it is that we're doing in this world, in these bodies. We cook, we touch, we play music, we hug. Notice and appreciate your arms and legs, your hands and feet. And let them soften and relax even as you're paying attention to them. It's actually very appropriate right now to let them rest. There's nothing that we need to do out in the world in this moment.